The people,
I just want to thank New York.
yeah. If you're in the New York area, this is for you. Shout out Jelly Roll. Welcome to Going for Two. I'm Ian Nickel, Parker Terrell. We went on we just did a Jelly Roll bit for 20 minutes off camera, and we couldn't stop laughing.
Ian's going to a Post Malone concert that Jelly
Yes,
Roll is also at.
yes. And we were just like the Theo Von bit, if you guys haven't seen it, where he's just like, I just want to thank the people who are wearing a size 9 when they have size 12 feet
Mm,
and are working a 12-hour shift at the deli.
mm.
This is for you.
This
This
Grammy's for
Grammy's for
you.
you. It's like a Mad
Tonight,
Libs game. Tonight.
a successful hate watch for game one as the New York Knicks take down the Spurs on the road. In game one of the NBA Finals, we waited to record till after the game finished. Knicks won by 10, 105 to 95. And takeaways from the game, Ian. I think Wembanyama didn't have his best night tonight for the Spurs. He finished with 26 points, 6 of 21 from the field, though. Uh, 12 of his 26 points came at the line. Uh, and if you want to talk about rest, that could be a factor. If you want to talk about um, the intensity of the game being a factor, Jalen Brunson had 30 tonight in 37 minutes. I think one of the biggest differences, and this is what hurt the Thunder, was the presence of Karl Anthony Town inside really did affect Wembanyama. And it affected the way that the Spurs were able to rebound. We talked about so much. Stat line wise, Wembanyama had a good game, but it's different when you've got a guy like Cat down low, um, and especially when Wembanyama went off the floor. Cat just dominated, and that's if you're the Knicks, that's what it's going to take. I don't know if I were the Spurs though right now, and I'll let you talk about your thoughts. This game a little bit kind of felt like game one of the Western Conference Finals against the Thunder, but it's reversed. Like
Yeah.
the Knicks had an amazing performance by their star player, and their role players stepped up and made a lot of shots. I mean, that's what happened tonight, and the Spurs didn't have a good shooting night. Now they got a really great game from Dylan Harper. Um, he finished with 16 points on 6 of 10 shooting, but the guys that kind of led the way for them, Champagny had 16 in the game, but I believe 15 of those were in the first half. So he only had 1 point in the second half. And Fox only had 7 points, 3 of 13 shooting, and Vassell only had 9 points on 4 of 11 from shooting. So, yeah, that's just a tough night shooting wise for the Spurs, and the Knicks just got it done late.
Yeah, I really think a big part of that game was rest. In the second half, the Knicks outscored the Spurs 57 to 40. So it made a huge difference because the Knicks, the last time they played was all the way in May,
I
the
think
25th.
they've played 4 games in 23 days. The Knicks.
They played 8 games in the month of May
Yeah.
compared to the Spurs, who I believe have played. s- Let me take a look. I think the whole series with
Josh
the
Hart
yeah,
had
so 10
15
games.
rebounds tonight.
He Josh Hart has sneaky games where he just randomly gets like rebounds like that. And he's just at the right space at the right time, and he's really good at getting those rebounds where, they shoot a three, hits the iron and goes back. He's just at the right place. I really like watching him play. He had four steals too, plus 22 uh plus minus tonight. And I mean, credit to the Knicks. They showed up, they showed out. OG Anunoby had 17, hit some seriously clutch threes uh during the fourth. And Cat, he has the weight advantage. He weighs 248. Wembanyama weighs 235. And I really think like that is the difference for Chet is that Chet needs to put weight on him, weight on himself, because that's the only way you're going to kind of bully Wimby. He was getting bullied that whole series, obviously. And I think part of the reason for that is because Chet only weighs 208. Chet needs to go to the gym and get 225. Get
Yeah,
to
Chet's never
225.
going to be cat size, but I mean that could be a factor. It's just the big body of Cat
Mm-hmm.
inside really just affected because, like you said, Josh Hart is this demon rebounder, um, and so Cat was able to kind of take out Wimby, and then Hart could swoop in, or Mitchell Robinson, or Anunoby. Like the Knicks are a good rebounding team. Do we think that this was an anomaly, or do we actually think like can the Knicks do this?
Uh, I don't know.
Brunson's not
Um,
going to give you 30 every night.
I think Brunson could get you 30 every night. I think he's capable.
Then that is a Herculean effort
I think Brunson's
because
capable of that. Does he not average like 25?
yeah, but this is the finals, and they're going to throw everything at him in game
Of
two.
course. And I'm sure they're gonna, knock his block off like they tried to do tonight when he hurt his knee.
Yeah,
Let me look at what Brunson's. He's averaging 26. Um, in the Cleveland
I
series,
still
he scored 38, 19, 30, and 15. So,
I still stand
eh,
by Spurs in six. Dropping one at home though is very interesting, especially game one.
eh.
That building was juiced. The nuns were there. Um, but shout out to the Knicks, proving a lot of people wrong. I think.
Yeah. And well, you almost wonder. I think the Spurs maybe have the Thunder stopper team
Interesting,
where like their goal, like their mission was to beat the Thunder.
and they did.
And you saw the way they celebrated after beating the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. You have to think the Knicks took that personally. They're thinking, you still have to go through us. So I think it's a very personal series for the Knicks who feel disrespected and them getting this game, I think it'll wake the Spurs up. So I
So
think
they
you'll get a better Spurs team, I think, out of
who
this
did the
series.
Knicks play in the first round? Was that the Hawks?
It was the Hawks.
So they won in five,
Six.
and they would have won in in six. That game went six. Then they won. Then they swept and swept.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, I think this is a wake up call for the Spurs. Like I said, Wembanyama. I mean, that's about his average right there. Now his shooting was bad tonight, but
12 of 13 from the free throw line.
he's gonna need everybody else to step up. I think. Like even Castle didn't have a great game. Uh, so I mean, maybe chalk it up to fatigue. Maybe chalk it up to emotional, like coming off of the high of that game seven win against, you know, they feel like they scaled the mountain, which they did scale a mountain. They did not scale the mountain.
Mhm.
Um, so I just thought that there was nobody that could guard Wembanyama, and I mean that kind of proved somewhat true. But if you're going to guard everybody else and lock them down, then you know maybe the Knicks can do this. We'll
Maybe.
see Saturday night. If they win, if the
I
Knicks
think
win
it's
game
Friday.
two,
Is it Friday night? Yeah,
Friday,
Friday
sorry.
night game.
If the
Yeah,
Knicks
yeah.
win game two, what then?
I mean, they got to be feeling the pressure going into the Garden with the two. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Spurs will wake up and take game two, and obviously we'll talk about game two and three. The next time we actually maybe even yeah,
Games
next time we
two,
come
three,
back
and
it'll be
four.
game four
Game two, three, and four. Yeah.
or yeah. So we'll
So
see.
yeah, it'll be
Um,
interesting. It was a great game one. Spurs were up by 11
yeah,
uh, for a lot of the third quarter, and then the Knicks just stormed back um, to 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 really take control of the game in the fourth.
and
And Anunoby was great. That guy, he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. Truly, he's just a dog. I know he's had some injury problems, but he is a guy that will win you championships on the right team.
no
Hart,
doubt,
Hart, and Anunoby are both
Hart and
dogs.
Anunobi. Well, imagine if they had Hardenstein too.
Yeah,
I feel like they would have Wimby locked up in that regard. Also, fun
we'll loan
fact.
you him. The Thunder will loan him to you for the finals.
Yeah, just give us Cat for the next time we play San Antonio. The last three teams to win game one of the NBA Finals on the road went on to lose a series. 2025 Indiana, 2022 Boston, 2013 San Antonio. The last team to win a game on the road and win the finals is the 2004 Pistons, which gives me the ability to say "Bin Walls."
That's the only team to win a game on the road in game one was the Pistons,
The last team to win game one on the road
and
of
then
the
win the
finals
finals.
and win the finals. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because the last three teams that have done it have lost. 2013 San Antonio, 2022 Boston, 2025 Indiana Pacers.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I think. I mean, I think the Spurs will wake up in game two, and they're not going to shoot that as bad. There's no way. Fox is so streaky. I mean, if Fox does what he did to the Thunder in Game Seven, the Spurs are. I mean, that's just kind of. I don't. If everybody else just hits their averages, I feel like Fox can be kind of the pendulum swing. With how well he plays, and he was bad tonight. But yeah, it's a surprising result in Game One. I would say not shocking, but surprising.
If I mean, I still go back to the rest. I feel like maybe it shouldn't have been that surprising, but I think the rest factors showed up, and I think that was the
Yeah,
difference
but
maker tonight.
they got 4 days of rest.
But the Knicks had like
Knicks have way more,
Knicks had like
but I mean the NBA got like
15.
yeah, it's a difference. It's a difference. They
Huge
were
difference.
they were fresh. Spurs were at home though. Um, Knicks punched him in the mouth though tonight, and we'll see. We will see going forward. Let's talk a little bit of hockey.
Talk about that hockey. Okay.
What a game one of the Stanley Cup Finals last night. Knights
Thriller.
win 5-4. I mean, just a what more can you ask for? I mean, it was back and forth. The Canes jump out to an early 2-0 lead. The Knights come back. This Knights team, talk about a team full of dogs. They just never stop. They're relentless. That pass, that behind the back pass to set up the game winning goal, nasty. Nasty work from the Knights. That arena was so crazy. I guess Carolina has like the craziest arena in the NHL. Like they're kind of like the Paycom, and
Oh,
they were going ballistic, especially when they scored like 25 seconds in to the first period. But the Knights get it done. Game two tomorrow night. Can't wait.
can't wait either. And again, 20 seconds in, get that goal right off the bat. That honestly, if you were to tell me like, hey, they're going to score within 20 seconds, I would have thought, man, Carolina probably just shut them out. Like a
Mm.
4-0 or like a 3-0 victory, just and was rocking the whole night. But I mean, you have to give credit to Vegas. They have been resilient in almost every series they've been in, and they thrive. They thrive in shootouts like that. They thrive in those high scoring games, and it showed last night. It's just a really impressive performance by them. I think Carolina will come back and win game two. I don't know if we gave our Stanley Cup predictions. I have the Canes in seven. Apologies to Wyatt. He's been on our draft live streams. He's been on the previous iteration of the show, Nickel Coverage, and we'll probably have him on again. But he's a Knights fan, so I apologize to him. I do have the Canes in seven.
I would have said Knights in seven. So that's we both think that the series is going to come down to the wire. And if
Yeah.
game one is any indication, then it will.
I'm
Uh,
looking forward to this series. This has been a great series so far. I hope it continues.
for
I'm more
sure.
excited, and maybe this is because of the Thunder fatigue, or not Thunder fatigue, but just the Thunder being out of it. I'm more excited about the Stanley Cup final.
So excited. Like way more excited for the Stanley Cup than
Yeah.
especially now for the finals. I'm
Yeah.
basically hate watching the finals now.
Yeah. I don't
To see
know.
a successful hate watch tonight.
I'm not hate watching because I know that the Thunder will get their lick back. So this isn't a hate watch to me. This is just a okay.
I think it would be really cool if the Knicks won. I mean,
I think it would. Yeah.
that's like a joke. Like people have joked for so long that the Knicks are never going to win. And because it's, 1973 the last time they
Mhm.
won, whatever. And like they're in the finals and they ran through the Eastern Conference playoffs pretty much and they won game 1. Like and they have a really good team. Now, are they good enough to beat the Spurs? I don't know. I don't think so, but I just think that that would be a really cool story if the Knicks won as a basketball fan. That would be more interesting to me than christening this young Spurs team
Yeah.
who's
Because
going to
well,
be back.
so
Hopefully
here,
not, but
yeah.
the odds of the Thunder beating them every single time are
Yeah.
that's not
Well,
going to
here's the
happen.
deal with the christening. When we talk about Michael Jordan, we talk about LeBron, right? They had to go through it. It took them, I think, years 7 and 8 to win their first title.
Yeah, LeBron famously made it to the finals and got swept by the Spurs.
Hmm.
Michael
And then
Jordan
lost.
never Michael Jordan never lost in the finals, but he lost in the Eastern Conference Finals multiple times to the Celtics and the Pistons.
Yeah. So Victor in this iteration of the Spurs team has never really had to go through the fire because I believe this is their first playoff series
Yeah,
together.
yep.
So
And
it
Dylan
just it
Harper
doesn't
still
feel
a
right
rookie.
to. Hmm?
I mean, so Wembanyama is in year 3, Castle's in year 2, Harper in year 1. Um, they're ahead of schedule, and we talked about this,
Yeah.
but it's just such a contrast to this Knicks team, which is made up of just a bunch of vets like Landry Shamet, Miles McBride, just like guys that have been around. Jordan Clarkson.
Shout out Landry Shamet, Wichita State alum.
Shout out Landry Shamet. Had some big threes. His plus minus was like minus 20, but he made some big threes.
Was it really? Oh, shoot. And you know what? I think we got some vindication because I saw some NBA Twitter.
Minus 10, minus 10.
Shoot. Shout out Landry
Josh
Shamet.
Hart plus 22.
Yeah. No, he was lights out. And he only scored 3 points, which is hilarious. He made that much of a difference on the defensive end and rebounding wise. I'm seeing people turn on the Spurs already. I said in a
Good.
tweet, I think I said it on this podcast. We're in the point of Megamind where Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs are Titan, and they just defeated Megamind. And they say the city is saved. And he goes, "No, it's under new management." And he's actually a worse bad guy. I feel like that's what we're gonna get with Wemby and the Spurs, and it's content, and it already showed just within the first quarter. And also, there's people still talking about the Thunder to get their engagement up.
For sure. Yeah,
I
no, a
mean,
lot of people are still
what does
talking
it
about
tell
the
you?
Thunder.
What does it tell you?
Hating the Thunder is an engagement bait strategy that many people use.
Yeah.
But I think that the Thunder going forward maybe can take some lessons from this Knicks series on how to beat these guys, how to beat Wembanyama. I've now come fully around to just run it back with Mitchell and J-Dub.
Yeah, because I know we talked about Giannis and everything. I think the only
That's just
because
not going to happen. I don't think that that's
yeah.
going to happen. There's some Trey Murphy the third smoke. I could maybe see that happening more. Um, but that's just not Presti style. Also, that's another Supermax guy. Like we're gonna have two Supermax guys on the team. I
Trey
don't.
Murphy's a supermax guy?
No, no. If we did Giannis,
Right. Okay.
we're already gonna be in the second apron with the teams as constructed. Now they're gonna try to maybe. There's some smoke about like Shea saying that Lou Dort is like untradeable. I think that's complete fake. I do not think that Shea said that to Presti, who he has so much reverence for. I don't I
So
don't I don't think Shake went to Sam Presti and was like, I'm gonna tell you what to do. Ever.
here's what I think. I was thinking about this. Tracy McGrady was I think was boys with Steve Francis in Orlando. I think they were both on the same team in Orlando.
And maybe the no, because Steve Francis was on the Blazers. Never mind. Go ahead.
Steve Francis was on the Rockets first, and I think he went to Orlando. That's not the point.
I might
Steve
be thinking of
Francis
two
and
different people.
McGrady were boys. And when they traded Steve Francis, McGrady was kind of like, I'm out. He kind of gave up on the team. Not saying Shea would do that, but I think him and Lou Dort being on the Canadian national team, being, some of the original guys on the team, they've been together since the 2019-2020 season. I think he would say, we got to keep Lou Dort. I'm doing on a vet minimum. I don't care, but that's my guy. So I could see him sticking up for his boy.
If he wants to take the vet minimum, then yeah, he'll stay. But
Yeah.
I don't know if Dort would do that. But it just
I
depends on what both of I mean what the Thunder and him want to do. Hartenstein is probably going to stay on a different deal.
I think he said he was willing to take a pay cut, which I applaud Hardenstein for. He loves the city, and the city loves him. So
Hmm.
if he's willing to do
I
that,
think this
great.
whole Thunder team would take a pay cut to stay and run it back. I really do.
Yeah. I think they would too. They were right there. Seeing them celebrate on the home court, that's gonna do something to you.
And people forget like the camaraderie that everybody talks about with the Spurs, that was the Thunder last year.
Yeah.
Like the stuff with Nick Gallo, the TikToks, like all that stuff. The Thunder have an insane amount of team chemistry.
Yeah, but they call that corny. They call
And
that
so
corny. And then when Wembanyama's crying like he just won the World Cup,
they
they're like,
all
"Oh, that's so
embrace, they
great."
all like group hug. Every
Yeah,
NBA team does that.
yeah.
Literally every NBA team does that. Like
This they called it great with the Spurs, with the Thunder, they call it corny. It's stupid.
I truly think, like you said, this Thunder team is
It's
going to
in
have
good.
a chip on their shoulder and they'll just run it back.
I think they
Maybe
will.
Presti was like going to make a few adjustments to the roster. Like, I don't know about Aaron Wiggins. I don't know about Isaiah Joe. Kendrick Williams will stay on a vet min
That's all that.
as a
Yeah.
locker room guy. And then we just see how Topic and Sorber develop. Dude, I don't know about in year one, but like Sorber is a guy that you would want against Wimby,
Hmm.
theoretically. I mean,
Yeah.
he's big, he's super young. He's really big and he's really quick. Defensively, he has so much potential. So much. Offensively, work in progress. Has a good jumper
Yeah.
to build around. Um, but he could develop
Yeah.
into something. I don't know about Jay Will. Jay Will is the guy that I don't think the Thunder can pay because he legitimately could be a starter on an NBA team somewhere else
Can I tell you
and could
something?
get a pretty big deal. And I don't think that the Thunder will pay him. I don't know what they're going to do with Wallace either. I would assume pay him.
I actually kind of disagree on Jay Will. I
He could take a pay cut.
I think he'll
Anybody can take
stay.
a pay cut.
I think he'll stay because you know what? I think he's like legitimately could be Mr. Thunder 2.0.
That would be awesome.
I think he fits in that Nick Carlson role perfectly. He loves this city. He's embraced by this city. He's
He's not far from here.
unselfish. No, he's not far from here either. I think he's going to be like here for another 10 to 12 years in a Nick Carlson type role. And I think we see that number six banner up there, not because
That would be
of him
awesome.
being a star, but because he does a lot for the city and he's just, he loves this organization. And I could really see him be a Mr. Thunder 2.0. And I had that take before I saw it on Twitter, to be fair.
That would be
Like
awesome.
I think that's how that's gonna go. And I think I could definitely see them trading Lou Dort if that happens because guess what? You have Case and Wallace. Case and Wallace can step up in that role. And you still have McCain there.
The,
So
it just doesn't make sense to have Mitchell, Dort, and Wallace. Like one of those guys has to go. And surely
yeah.
Shea will understand that.
I'm sure he does. I know it's a business, but also I know you want to keep your superstar happy.
I mean, yeah.
Because you've seen one superstar walk away.
Well, and then did you see the other day where he's like, there's nowhere else in the country I'd rather be than here? And people are like, dang, because Canada is not. Like he
I
could have just
mean,
said in the world. It's ridiculous,
they're not
but
going to trade him to
it's
Toronto.
ridiculous, but everybody was like, oh, he could have said the world and he didn't.
I'm sure he loves Canada. And you know what? If he walks to Toronto, I'm a homebody too. I don't blame him. If he wanted to
Yeah,
like,
he's not from Toronto. He's from
oh yeah,
like a
he's from Hamilton.
completely other side.
No, no, no,
I,
no, no. No, 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 no. Ontario is like it's like the same province because he's from Hamilton,
oh,
right?
Dort is the one that's from the other side.
Montreal.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some Canadian geography real quick. Uh, it's an hour away. He's an hour away from Toronto.
And that would only make sense like if the Raptors are good, like that that's a whole That's like so
That's a
far
whole other
down the
thing.
road.
Guess
Um,
what? Look, I'm happy if he wants to just only play, if this is the only place in the country he wants to play. Great.
yeah,
There's only one team in Canada. So,
yeah, no, for sure. And I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. He knows that this is the best place to for him to be.
yeah.
Like I said, I do think that they're going to make a selection in the draft. I don't know um if they try to package some stuff up to move up in the draft. Maybe you send Wiggins and the 17th pick to move up inside the top six. I don't know. Presti probably has his eyes on someone, and I'm still in on Yaxel. I
Yeah.
think that he would fit right in,
Another big guy.
and he's just a Swiss Army knife, and that would fit in so well with the Thunder. And hopefully, Presti sees it the same way, and he's just going to do whatever it takes to get him because he's got assets. That's the thing with Presti is like he never doesn't get what he wants in the draft. I feel like.
Yeah. No,
When's the last time they struck out in the draft?
Poku.
Pokashevsky late in the first.
I think he was also the 17th overall pick.
Yeah, true. And I mean
Does Dylan
that was
Jones count as a strikeout because they traded him?
no. It's been a while since Presti struck out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poku.
the New Balance kid, he was bad. Baisley,
Baisley, Terrence Ferguson,
T Ferg.
Ferg. He flamed out. That was kind of nuts to me. How quickly he.
Those were all in the like. Well, was Baisley in the lottery?
No, Baisley was like 21st.
Yeah, in the 20s. That's I. Presti's never drafted somebody bad in the lottery, right? Oh, Reggie Jackson.
That was 15.
He was 15th. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 15th. I
What was the draft that Booker
jury's
was
still
one
out on
above?
Topich. Hmm?
What was the draft where Booker was one above? Was that Steven Adams?
Might have been.
Wild. That would have been wild.
Usman Dane
But I mean,
we struck out on Usman Dane.
but he was good for the Bucks. He just never blossomed with the Thunder because he didn't have a place.
Fair. Fair. No, that's
Women's
valid.
Quals World Series. Texas takes game one, 7-3 in the rematch between Texas and Texas Tech, rematch of last year's final series. Both teams took the absolute longest route in the world to get there. I think both teams. Uh, Texas lost game one. I don't know if Tech lost game one.
I think they lost, and I could double check this.
Texas definitely lost game one.
No, I think they lost game two. I think they
Both
lost to
teams,
Alabama
both
the
teams
first
lost
time.
game two. Either way,
I'm checking now. Hold on.
when you lose, you have to come up through the losers bracket, which means that you have to beat a team twice. And both Texas and Texas Tech did that. Texas Tech knocking off Alabama and Texas knocking off Tennessee twice in one day to both get to the back to the championship series. Texas wins game one, 7-3. So we'll probably see Nigel Kennedy pitch the entire game tomorrow as we're recording this in game two. Hopefully they force a game three. But if not, then we will see Texas repeat as back-to-back champs, which hasn't happened since OU's four-peat.
And so Texas Tech lost to Tennessee in the second game after Tennessee beat Texas in the first game.
Texas gritty performance to beat Tennessee in two
Yeah.
games. If I was a Tennessee fan, I would be sick
Yeah. You're right there
because
on the cusp, and you just
they played
you take
so
it.
well in the tournament, and then you get beat by the same team twice that you've already beat once.
And
Brutal.
shoot, shout out Texas
Pavon
Tech.
is a dog.
Yeah.
Texas's pitcher,
Yeah.
dog.
They're ridiculous. I mean, Texas Tech beating UCLA in 9 innings. That was a
Mm-hmm.
great game. And then Alabama, that Alabama series was great. Shout out Maya Williams.
Yep. Shout out.
Shout out Jason Williams.
She hit a
Hot
home run
chocolate.
tonight, I think, too.
I think yeah, she did too. Uh yeah, it's a good rematch, and honestly, like I love seeing because there's been beef with them talking about college football and stuff, and now we get this. Sweet.
I mean, yeah, it's a rematch. There's some. Do you have any thoughts on the scuttlebutt around Texas Tech's coach? Have you seen this?
What did he say?
There was just a video of him and the Alabama series like yelling at Kennedy, and
Oh.
people kind of I don't think it's anything. But then he addressed it in the press conference, and he was like, "I'm a hard coach to play for. Maybe the hardest coach in the country to play for." And his players like had his back. It wasn't. uh, It didn't look like anything to me. He wasn't like getting in her face. It wasn't like the NCAA women's basketball coach clip.
Oh.
Like it was nothing like
Okay.
that.
Honestly, I thought you were talking about Joey McGuire. I didn't realize you were talking about. So he came. This is his second year, I think. He came from
Glasgow.
Louisiana,
Mm-hmm.
and he coached Sam Landry before she transferred to OU.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they ended up beating her in the last year's series. So
Yeah, she was
he's
like their best
yeah,
player.
yeah. He's a great coach. He's
He's
an
a great
absolute great.
coach.
He's an absolute great coach. So I mean, Gasco yells at her players. White
He
yells at his players. I mean,
he explained
yeah.
why Kennedy had because she has the ability to call off what the pitching coach called,
Hmm.
and she did, and they hit a home run, and he called her out for it. He's like, "We pay a pitching coach to make decisions. Like, trust him."
Yeah.
Basically, is what he said. I mean, he said it a lot different than that
Eh,
in the moment,
that's reasonable.
but I think that's kind of a problem now in today's coaching, in today's sports, is like there's not a lot of hard coaching anymore. I think there still is in professional sports because that's always been a dynamic of we're pros.
Hmm.
But in college, I mean, everybody's afraid. You're afraid to hard coach because they could leave in a heartbeat. But it's good to see that his players kind of say you know, we respect our coach no matter what, and we wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, absolutely. And I think this is a youth sports problem too. Is that soft coach? Well, honestly, well, I guess it's probably a little different, but maybe like little soft coaching or maybe too hard coaching in that area, and then parents getting involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, look, we're not parents yet, but I mean, who knows what the future holds? And there is definitely a concern with like I want to coach my kids, right? And I'm sure my dad could tell you because he coached me. I'm sure it's hard to find a balance between, especially at those younger ages, like teaching and then all of the other stuff. So,
I do not want to coach my kids. Now that could change. Um, that could certainly change. But right now, no, leave that up to the pros.
Well, I'm just thinking like T-ball or whatever,
Oh, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
or like an
I'll show up to
assistant
the
coach.
games.
Yeah, or like an assistant coach. Like I don't know, like I'll go be the first base
I've
coach.
said before, I would love to be a women's basketball coach, and if I'm the women's basketball coach, we are pressing the entire game.
I would love to be a softball
40
coach or a
minutes of
baseball
hell.
coach. Yeah,
Well, in
yeah.
high school
You,
basketball,
you gotta call it 40 minutes of heck.
uh, look, hell's a real place.
No, I meant for the
Uh,
kids. I meant when you're telling the kids, not this pod.
that's what I'm telling the kids. It's a real place, and it's going to be this gym every night. You step on the floor.
For those opponents. I
What? No, how many minutes are there in high school? Is it 10 minutes a quarter?
think it's eight.
8 minutes a quarter. So
32
32 minutes.
minutes.
32 minutes
32
of
minutes of
hell.
hell.
We're pressing you the whole time, and we're
Oh,
going to be able to hit threes and free throws.
yeah.
The end. Like that. If I was a women's basketball coach, that is how we would play. And the off season, we would be spent conditioning and getting ready, and we would unleash. Like, I don't care. I'd rather you foul out than not give it 100%. I would kill
No,
it.
I get that. Shoot, let's go into coaching
At a
together.
small school, at a small
Yeah.
school women's basketball program,
Mid-major? Or are you talking
high school,
high school? Right.
like class A, 2A.
Yeah. Well, that's what Ohio Tate did.
Yeah, I think they were a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
I don't think he pressed the whole game.
Yeah.
Like
Let's
I need
ask him.
it's win or lose. Like we're gonna. It's like that football team Campbell. Uh, in football they would win like 79-3.
Campbell?
That's where he coaches now, but he coached in high school. They never punted. The team that never
Oh.
punted.
Oh. I
It's
thought he
like
went
win
back
or
to
lose.
Arkansas.
It's like win or lose. We're win or losing by the strategy. Press. If they keep breaking it, we'll press harder.
Is he still yeah, he's at Sheridan High School. The coach that never
Nice.
punts. Yeah. He spent 1 year at Presbyterian and he went 2-9.
Oof.
It works in college. It just makes more sense in college.
High school.
High school, sorry.
Yeah, that would never work in college. My
Yeah.
my strategy. And it wouldn't
No,
work with men's basketball.
no, absolutely. No, I
That's all
get
I've
that.
got.
Well, let's talk some college baseball real quick.
Yeah, Oklahoma State goes down. Oh yeah.
When
Let's
you
we'll talk about that.
talk about that, and then also UCLA goes down. Number one overall seed.
Tough.
Couldn't beat St. Mary. They were like they had like a 20 game winning streak going at one point. Like just utter domination. They were expected to make it to Omaha. First game they lose to St. Mary's, and then they lose to St. Mary's a second time. And then St. Mary's loses to Cal Poly. So the number three overall seed, Cal Poly, advances, and they're going to take on West Virginia in a super regional. West Virginia is the 16th national seed. And then over in that next bracket, it's Troy and Little Rock who advance, both of them three seeds. And I got to tell you, maybe this is college baseball might be the last pure, untainted college sport left for Cinderellas. ORU last year, and I'm sure there's plenty of others. ORU last year, or not last year, 2023, Fresno State in 2008. I'm sure there's countless others. Southern Miss is always in the mix every year, although they did lose um, this year. Like the there's something about college baseball that's so pure. and it's like a true college sport. And same with college softball, to an extent, but also that sport has always felt top heavy.
Softball, one of the teams has bought their team in the final.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Their softball program didn't even
yeah.
exist.
No, it did. It just wasn't as good. But
Then they bought every player. No, I get what you're saying.
but
College
still, like
baseball
even
is
no,
its
even
college
before Tech
baseball is
though.
its own special thing. I mean, there could be I mean, this has happened before with like Arkansas baseball losing all the time when they shouldn't. Um it's
Coastal
just
Carolina won 10 years ago. Like,
yeah, it all dep like hitters can get really hot, pitchers can get really hot, and those regionals, anything can happen, and it seemingly happens a lot more in college baseball. Like the favorite does not always win, and I don't really know why. I'm not a college baseball expert, but like you said, I mean UCLA was as dominant as a team can be in the regular season, and they don't even make it out of their own regional.
Georgia Tech was too. They were the two seed and they lost.
Yeah, to OU on a walk off.
Lost to OU, yeah. The highest seeds remaining are the three seed in Georgia,
I
the
mean, if
four seed,
Oklahoma
and
State would have won that second game, Alabama wouldn't have advanced.
yeah. Well, they would have had to play a game the next day, but and that was a
Right.
crazy game too. I think it went the 11th, and then Alabama walked or not walked it off, but they hit the go-ahead
See
three-run
that?
home
No,
run.
no, no, no. That was the second game. Oh wait, no, but it was not Alabama that they had played
And they played
earlier
USC
earlier
Upstate.
in the day. Earlier in the day,
Yeah.
right? Do we want to talk about OSU baseball a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean,
Decade since they've made a super regional. Um, I can't remember how long since they made Omaha.
I want to say it was that same series the Coastal Carolina won, which was 2016.
Yeah, and so it's been reported that OSU only had 13 scholarship. The allotted limit is 34 for NCAA teams, and there's all this reporting about NIL numbers. I don't know about that. I'm not going to take that into account. It just did not give a great snapshot of the state of the program. And you can look at it two different ways. You can say, "Oh, like we are not just having a hand tied behind our back, both hands and feet tied behind our back, if this is truly what we're working with." But also, you can say, well, they had a pretty good season considering all that, and they dealt with a ton of injuries, especially to the pitching staff. They were out. They were without Aiden Miola in that game against Alabama, which they lost, one of their best players. And the third thing you think is, well, is this a Gundy situation where the reason that they don't have a lot of money is because the coaches are old school and they're not out there on the front lines trying to raise that money because they don't like the state of college sports. I don't know.
So the last time they made a super regional was 2019 before COVID.
2019. So 7 years.
Yes. But they had made the tournament every year under Josh Holiday. But it's not enough. You
Not when
know?
you have the history that they have, as well at which Josh Holiday is a part of as a player and as a coach. And also when you have the best baseball stadium in the country.
That being said, it is very hard to get to Omaha. So like we just talked about all that. Like you could be the number one team in the world, number one team in the country, and lose like that. So at one point, you're thinking, and it's hard to win in Omaha. Just getting to the dance of 64, is great. But when you've been in the same spot 6 years in a row with no super regional, you want to
That's
see
the
them take that next level.
that's the big thing. I don't think anybody expects them to make it to Omaha every year. Probably maybe once every 5 years,
What is
but
even the longest
not
streak of
making it
like
to a super regional in 7 years is that can't be the expectation.
and OSU has one of the longest streaks of making the regional, longest active streaks. Because the last time they missed was 2012. So 2013 and onward. So
But I think performance wise, Holiday is okay. But what to make of all this NIL scholarship stuff?
I don't know. Baseball's a hard thing because you're recruiting so many like people. Like I don't know.
I think Holiday. I read the article. Holiday responded to these questions, and he was just like, transfer portal players cost a lot of money, and we're going to continue to recruit guys out of high school and develop them. Which that's exactly what Gundy said. Like that. Like I can't help but see the parallels here.
Okay, well, honestly, I think that it's different in baseball. I think you would want to recruit the younger guys compared to the the transfer portal. Although I guess Paul Skeens was a Air Force transfer. But because there's so much talent that's just going to the MLB, why not recruit the younger guys? I feel like it's a little different. Of course, you
Now,
need transfers. I feel like the transfer portal is good for pitching.
and Cowboy baseball has never sunk to the depths that Cowboy football was at either. I mean, not winning a Big 12 game in 2 years.
Yeah,
But
this is the year. Calling it now. Oklahoma State will win a conference football game this year. They will win two.
first one's Baylor. So we'll see. Uh, that, like, you can look at it both ways. You can think, oh, Josh Holiday is making chicken salad out of chicken, you know what? Or is it like, is there more money out there, but people are upset at Holiday? I don't know.
Hmm. I don't know.
13 scholarship
It's
players is brutal though. When you're playing teams like West Virginia, like Kansas, that have their full team. OSU's never going to be at some of these SEC schools where they're spending $4 million on a baseball roster. We're never going to be there. But I think the numbers that they threw out there were like 400,000 for this roster, which would put us like in the bottom three in the Big 12.
gotta bump it up. Look at West Virginia. Look at Arizona State. Look at Kansas. Shout out Kansas. They have put together a remarkable year. This is the first super regional they ever hosted. They had to like make a literal backyard. Like that's one of the. I think that's a great thing for baseball. Is those that because that's exciting to me, and I hope Kansas can make it to Omaha. That feels like an underdog story, even though they're the 15th seed nationally. And there's some great matchups. I'll read. We got West Virginia, Cal Poly. We got Troy, Little Rock. North Carolina versus excuse me, USC. Auburn at Ole Miss. Georgia and Mississippi State. Texas and Oregon. Alabama and St. John's, and Kansas, Oklahoma. You got any predictions for those?
I mean, I know you're talking about OU to Kansas, but I could easily see OU winning that series. They're hot.
Yeah, I mean, any team can win.
Yeah. Who who's the highest seed left?
Georgia, and
Mm,
they're playing a 14 seed Mississippi State.
mm, interesting. Like I said, I am a college baseball novice. I do not know anything. I saw the stuff about UCLA. I thought that was crazy. Um, and I watched OSU. But you're right. There is something about college baseball that is different than other sports, and even other than softball. Because I mean, we did see kind of a big upset with Mississippi State beating OU in the Super Regional. I mean, that is a big upset. But it is
That's
an SEC. It's an SEC school beating another SEC school
Mhm.
in the Super Regional. But yeah, college baseball just seems to have juice for the underdogs that no other sport really has, especially not in the basketball NCAA tournament anymore.
Yeah. Still
Hopefully
can't
it's an
believe they're going to.
anomaly. Hopefully it's
Yeah.
hopefully it's an anomaly, but I don't think that it is.
The fact that it's going to 76 is so stupid. Like, what are we doing, man? It sucks.
Ridiculous. College football times and schedule has been announced for the playoffs, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. How the heck you gonna go 2 weeks in between semifinals? I don't get it.
It's so ridiculous. Like we talked about this year, it just kills the juice. Like
Yeah.
when you're having to compete with everything.
Yeah.
Like it should be over. You should be watching the national championship the week after New Year's. The
Agreed.
fact that it keeps going into the NFL playoffs, that national championship game just won't have a lot. It just has way less juice.
It does. And it takes away from college basketball season too, which at this point, I mean, it is just the tournament, sadly.
Yeah,
But what can you do?
they ruined it. They
You
blew
know,
it.
they ruined it, they blew it. Absolutely. They
Congress is
announced
trying to sort out NIL stuff. They got Nick Saban testifying.
the last thing it needs is more government, is government
Well,
involvement.
Saban's whole thing was uh, the NCAA can't enforce their rules because then they just get sued or an injunction gets filed. So if there's actual laws governing all of it, then number one, you won't need an NCAA anymore. But it would then like you can't just go to a judge and get an injunction. I think it's interesting. Do I think that it's a little bit of government overreach? Yes, because then why can't the states then just make their own laws around it? Like that just starts to get into like real in the weeds of federal government versus state government because right now, I mean, each state does their own education differently, so how all of a sudden now their athletic departments are going to be held to a federal standard, but their university is going to be held to a state standard as well as a federal standard. It's confusing, um, but I mean something has to change.
It does. You know what surprised me? TNT is getting a semifinal. I know it's
For them.
sub-licensed, but I thought that was a little crazy. But and then I also wish that it would be TNT's like crew
Mhm.
because they do good stuff with Big 12 football. So
Yeah,
I don't
they do.
know. Why not give them a shot? I
I'm
think they they,
I'm
they deserve it.
we groan and moan about the playoff schedule, which it is ridiculous, but man, I'm ready for football.
Let's get through the World Cup first, man.
Excited about the World Cup. Next
We'll have a
week, next week will be a World Cup preview.
World Cup preview. Cannot wait for that. You want to do an extra point tonight or nah?
Dude, I'm about to fall asleep,
Okay, we'll
to
save it
be
for
honest
next
with you.
week. I
Yeah,
wanted to I wanted to mess with the
82
they've
and out.
released 20 and 0 and uh
Oh, for NFL.
yeah, and 162 and 0. Oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about Obsession.
Oh yeah.
I'll make it quick. We did a movie we did the Michael Jackson movie review. Parker provided an amazing review of that and
Woo!
um and me and my beautiful girlfriend went to go see Obsession. I'm not a horror movie enjoyer. I do not
Oh,
like horror movies.
oh no.
This movie was good. It was a good movie. But I hate being jump scared. Being jump scared is one of the worst feelings. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate gore. It was just there's so much happening. It was let's start from the beginning. The first 20 minutes of the movie made me cringe because Bear, the main character, like,
Okay, I haven't seen it, so don't spoil it.
okay, no spoilers. He reminded me of eighth grade me when I had a crush on a girl and I didn't even talk to her and I didn't like even work up the courage to talk to her and was a little loser.
Right,
Like grow some balls, dude.
right.
Um,
So yeah, we should say that the synopsis for this movie is Bear, the main character,
yeah.
a music store employee buys a supernatural toy that grants
Mm-hmm.
him his wish for his friend Nikki to fall in love with him, resulting in horrifying consequences.
Yeah. He falls in, or I guess she falls in love a little too hard, is I guess what I'll say. And he almost like he knows what he's seeing, but he doesn't do anything about it at times. And you're kind of just like, dude. And which I mean, the storytelling's great. Andy Richter was in it. Shout out Andy Richter. He was briefly in it, like minor role. And this movie was made on like a $750 budget. So it
Fifty
felt
fifty
like an
thousand, seven hundred
yeah,
fifty thousand,
750,000. What did I say?
$750.
750,000. Then that'd be crazier if it was 750. Um, but no, it was a good movie. I guess the director and the guy named Ian in the movie do like sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of dove into the horror genre and has been absolutely crushing it. Um, I want to say I jumped about 10 times during the movie. And there was one scene that I was like, oh, I know something bad's gonna happen. So I tried to go to the bathroom to avoid it. Because well, I actually did have to go pee. But then the jump scare ended up happening. So like while I was walking back, I just like jumped like 2 feet in the air. So I missed that. Like that movie, it was good, but man, I hate horror films. Like I walked out of there and I was just like, oh God. Like
Still with your girlfriend though.
still with my yeah, still with my girlfriend. I love you, Maria. I love you, my girlfriend. But like you when you walk out of that movie, you're just like, oof. But there's a lot to talk about afterward. And there's a lot of great theories that I've seen that have come out about this movie. So,
I might go see it tomorrow night, which is now
l-
tonight
let
because
me know how that
we
goes.
are past midnight.
Let me know how that goes.
I
After dark,
will.
baby. Going for two after dark.
I
Um,
will. I will be sure. I've been meaning to go see that in Backrooms. Um, another kind of horror movie-ish Backrooms. Both the box office is exploding. This is a topic for another time when I'm not so sleepy, but
yeah.
uh Obsession and Backrooms are two horror movies that were made on basically micro budgets and have grossed over 150 million apiece. and they're kind of feeding off of each other at the movies right now, causing this phenomenon. So that's good for movie industries, for the movie
Yeah.
industry.
I
And
think this,
it's two guys who started on YouTube, the director of Backrooms and the director of Obsession, both started on YouTube. And so this is just like, this is movies now. Creators from YouTube who get the keys to a movie. And because it's happened multiple times. It's happened with other horror movies as well. It's not the first time this has happened, but this is like people are starting to notice. The guy who made Backrooms is 20.
saw that guy that made Obsession 26.
Yeah. 20
Like
is
that's
nuts. He's
crazy to
still
me.
to be in college. Like he should still be in film school if he would have went to film school.
Yeah. And like I love that that's happening. I think it's just great for the movie industry as a whole that we're getting more creative outlets and more
Great for the
creative
theater
directors.
industry. Great for the movie
Yeah.
theater industry.
Yeah. Less AI, more humans and more kind of independent films
Amen.
like this.
Amen.
I think is a great thing. I hope we see more stuff like this comes out. Maybe not horror films, but some other stuff. Who knows?
Did you ever watch Weapons?
No, I didn't. I
You and
know the
Marie.
guy was from like the whitest people you know with
Yeah,
Trevor
so that
Moore. Rest in peace, Trevor Moore.
that's kind of like
I
the
heard that one was
first
nuts.
guy that's like comedy into horror.
I wonder why that
Zach
translates so
Kreger.
well.
Zach Kreger. And now
Mm-hmm.
he's making a Resident Evil, like the Resident Evil video games. He's doing an adaptation
Ooh,
of the Resident Evil. This comes out this year. That'll be looks really good. There's a
that's
trailer for it.
interesting. But
You and Maria should watch Weapons. That movie is just a good
don't make
movie.
me watch. I don't want to watch a horror movie, man.
I would not I wouldn't say that it's just
It's
more
like
like
gory,
in
isn't it?
uh a little, not nothing crazy. It's like the movie where the kids disappear.
Yeah. No,
No, it's good. It's really good. It's just a
okay.
good yeah, it is a horror movie. And there
Mm-hmm.
are jump scares, but it's not like the whole movie is that. And um it just has a really interesting story, like what's actually going on.
Okay.
Hey,
Um,
you got a girlfriend to like you got someone there. It's not like you're watching it alone.
that's true. That's true. My final rating,
Humble brag.
7.5 out of 10 for Obsession.
Okay. What would Maria give it, you think?
She gave it a 7. Actually, you know what? I think she gave it an 8. She
There
bumped
we
up to
go.
an 8
There we
after.
go.
So yeah,
That's a good score. That's a good score.
it is. It is. It's a
Famously, I
good
gave
movie.
Michael 1.5 stars out of 5.
Oh yeah, I guess we're doing stars. We should probably we
Well,
need
that
to
would just
have
be
a
4 stars. That would be or 3.5 stars
yeah.
for you.
We need to have a rating system, like an equal rating system. So I'll give it 4 stars. How about that?
Okay. Well, that would be an 8 out of 10.
That's fine. That's fine.
Well, if you did 7.5, then it would be 3.5 stars out of 5.
No, if it was no, it'd be 3.75 stars because a
Oh
7
yeah,
would be 3.5.
you're right. You're
So
right.
it'd be, yeah. I'll just bump it up to 4 stars.
Sweet.
But
I will
yeah,
provide my review to you off air tomorrow if I go and see it.
perfect. If you go see Backrooms, do that as
My sister saw Backrooms and she said that it was dumb, but my sister's movie watching, I do not take seriously. So her
okay.
boyfriend, whose opinion I do take seriously about movies, he said it was good.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not scary. Like I mean, it's just like really unsettling, is what I've heard. Like it's not. There's not a
Mm,
whole lot of jump scares.
mm, okay. Also, one last thing. Shout out Forrest Frank went to his concert in Tulsa on Monday. Incredible work. I did not realize, and I don't know if you've realized this, how much of a hold he has on Gen Z and Gen Alpha, especially there was a bunch of young kids there that were so excited to see him. It was amazing. And I'm not like the biggest Forrest Frank guy, but he's got a lot of catchy songs I did not realize were all from him. So
Mm-hmm.
kudos.
Shout out Forrest Frank.
Shout out Forrest Frank. Tori Kelly was an opener, and Corey Ashbury was also performed. I was like, that's a crazy lineup.
Yeah, it is. That's a solid concert.
Yeah, I couldn't believe Tori Kelly was the opener.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she had more pull than Forrest Frank. Clearly, I was wrong.
Shout out Sing.
Yeah, don't worry about a thing. We will we have the World Cup preview for you next week. We will see you next time on Going for Two. Ian Nickel on Facebook and not Facebook. I don't use Facebook. Um, on Twitter and Instagram. Well, I guess Ian Nickel on Facebook too, because I have my like Fox 23 account. Parker Terrell 2 on Twitter, Parker Troy 20 on Instagram, and then Going for Two Pod IP on not Facebook, jeez, on Twitter/X, Instagram, whole shebang. Manish on the beat, shebang.
Jabang. See you guys.
See ya. Oh wait, what do you think of Caleb Williams being on the cover of Madden?
I think that
Looks sick.
yeah, it did. It's funny that it came out the first day of Pride Month.
We root for Jared McCain, man. Like we can't.
Yeah, we do. Mechaniac. Certified day one mechaniac.
Boom. All right. We'll see you guys next week for our World Cup preview and more.